Hello and greetings from Bro Clan or Brutality Squad. We are a pretty proficient raid clan. We meet up weekly to do our raids. We help take anyone new or experienced through. So if you are looking for a raid group, there is a link to our Discord below. Anyway, the purpose of this video is a few of our members are trying to outreach and we are showing the raid and teaching, simply because apparently not a lot of people are still able to get into the raids due to not having people to run with, are nervous they might mess things up. It doesn't matter. We will teach or take anyone as long as you, I don't know, smile on occasion. Yeah, we're lovely people. We help out. And we do our best to get people through. We're no speedrunners, although we do have a few speedrunners within our clan. Chronix, Doctor, I don't know if he's actually in this one. Our clan leader, Rise of Brutality, at one point was in one of the top 5 speed running teams. He's organised teaching pretty much all of us from the ground up, and we've become a pretty decent community helping others. Speaking of helping others, Kaiser Sose and Black Eyed Paws are also pretty much doing a very similar thing to what I'm doing. I'm going a little bit more in depth if you're wanting to see the raid and learn from others doing the raid without some mindless buffoon flapping his gums all over it. Then there are links in the description below to both their YouTube channels and both of their Twitch streams. Kaiser typically only streams over the weekends. Paws seems to stream pretty sporadically, but both of them are very, very loved members of our community, and absolutely go check them out. Anyway, we are going over DPS today, and we're just going to go over Railyard in this video. Railyard is like the easiest part of the Iron Horse raid. It is just a pure DPS check. You need 7 DPS and 1 healer. If you get good enough, you don't typically even need that 1 healer, but you will for the boss at the end. But while running through the Railyard, the aim of the game is literally get to the end, which is pretty much there. As you progress through from the start of the Railyard, there will be 1 chunga and just a few mindless ads, a couple of gunners. As you get about halfway, depending on how far and how quick you've pushed forward, there will be a horde of shotgunners. If you are not prepared for these will ruin your raid run so fast. Like, they will, yeah, well, we all love the sniper shotgunners, right? Once you get to the end, there will be 2 more chungas, as well as there are 2 guys on mortars, as well as another 2 on mounted turret shielded things. If you're struggling getting through them or past them, Oxy is your best friend. It's amazing how many times okay, I've said DPS, but having a little bit of flexibility with some skills here and there will go a long way. Once you are at this point, the boss will spawn just underneath that American flag that you can see up there on the right, sort of middle-ish right. Not the one on the far right, the one by the window. As you can see, I'm also swapping to Oxy. That is because as the boss spawns, just before he drops down from that top platform in the middle, he will summon, or ads will spawn, 3 of which are these rather annoying shield guys. Each one of these shield guys, not only are they large, block shots and become very, very annoying, but they also give the boss a certain amount of damage mitigation. I believe it's like 20% each. So with 3 of them in play, that's a 60% damage mitigation. Your damage goes from being pretty damn good to sucking really, really quick. So the general gist is get rid of those shield guys as quick as possible, which my lovely assistant Chronix, there he is, stood in the corner, yeah, we see you, will be doing. This is done typically with a Regulus DPS build. This is your standard DPS build, but we use the Dodge City holster and a Regulus. If you do not have a Regulus / Dodge City holster build in your group, get a few people to put Oxy on, because the medic, which you should really have at this point, will perform an overcharge, which will give pretty much everyone skill tier 6, so you don't really need to worry too much about that end. When the boss drops down and you've gotten rid of the shield guys, you can then proceed to damage the boss. Depending on the survivability of your group and how well prepared your medic is, you can just hard focus boss. It is also a good idea that if you're struggling with this, to have someone on some form of shotgun-esque build to run around behind you, because there will be ads spawning behind you, one of which will most likely be a chunga. So as I said, the 3 shield guys, boss drop down. Chronix has just completed the regular shot. To get rid of all 3, we can now proceed to damage the boss. Just because the shield guys have disappeared does not mean that they will not return. They will spawn sporadically throughout. There is also a lot of mortars going on at this point, so do expect people to go down. You should be carrying a revive hive. People cannot take time out to revive you. You need to be able to get yourself up. So, once all the DPS is in place, the overcharge has happened, shield guy's gone. Ideally, you start burning the boss down and he dies. Sadly, due to a lapse in our DPS and positioning and people going down to mortars, this is what's happening. More shield guys come out, the boss will overcharge his shield, basically he'll get a load of blue armor, and he is able to continually do that. So we essentially now have to start again while getting mortared. It becomes a bit annoying and a bit of an issue. Do expect a few wipes here if you're not prepared enough, but typically you are able to get through him pretty damn easily. After the boss has been killed, there will still be ads. The 2 last ads remaining will drop a spark plug. Bingo, there is one. Directly in front of where I'm facing now, slightly to the left, there is a generator, and there is another one towards the minigun on the platform behind us, the mounted turret thing. You only need to use 1 spark plug. Once one is entered, which again, Chronix, my lovely assistant, will be putting his in, the train will then start to move. Once the train starts to move, all you need to do is sort of follow the train in with it, and the game thinks that you have progressed far enough so that if you fast travelled, as I'm going to demonstrate now, if you fast travel, for some bizarre reason, you end up on the other side of the train. That's boss 1.